to the match day commentary team of Chuma Nolly and Tony Demwaka, and of course Brownish to take you through the UEFA Champions League matches that are set to go down from the 9 p.m. hour. But the good news is games are already up and running in that competition, and two matches on the cards already. Manchester United in action, and they are taking on Villarreal of Spain in the city of Villarreal. In Spain, basically. And of course, there's also Bayern Munich in action away from home, and Bayern already in the lead in that game. All the details, all the action to come. But first, like I said, I am Samuel Victor Akman, and alongside me is David Okwara, who joins the broadcast. And always a pleasure, David, to have you, whether in the football friends you at Game On. Welcome.
Well, okay, I was going to say welcome.
You're welcoming me to the show.
Yeah, welcome you to what I thought was my show. Anyways, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Lagos. It's beautiful to be here. It's been a wet day, but we are still here where we move. We keep moving, I guess.
Yeah, certainly we keep moving. And David, exciting action. There's nowhere better place to start, obviously, than the UEFA Champions League, because our games are currently ongoing. And Bayern Munich, just before we walked into the studio, have taken the lead in their own game. And tell us, David, who scored that goal?
Characteristically beautiful fashion. There was Robert Lewandowski, latched onto the ball inside the box and delivered an overhead finish. So it's 1-0 over there in Kiev at the Stadio Olimpijski-ish. Neuer was about to have a real clanger there, but God, you should thank his stars that he doesn't get to be a headline in Bild this evening or tomorrow morning.
That certainly would have been something to talk about. Manuel Neuer, one of the best goalkeepers in world football, dropping a clanger, but it's still Bayern leading away in Kiev by 1-0. Manchester United in that game, David, still playing out to a goalless draw. Michael Carrick's first game in charge.
Probably his last.
Well, we never can say what will happen between now and Sunday, where they do take on. Wow, that
looks terrible.
Manuel Neuer.
Ooh.
Manuel Neuer.
For a guy who is very good with his feet, that was
Manuel Neuer, really.
That was a serious blooper.
That would have been like a crate of egg on his face, that sort of thing. But it's still Bayern leading by a goal to nil. Manchester United, Carrick's first game in charge, like David said, might be his last. We never know what can happen. But David, United being United.
They need the result, and it still very much favors them, to take the result. They won the last time out at Old Trafford. They have a lot to prove today, and they have to prove to what is looking like the new manager for the interim period that, each and every one of them is worth their place in the squad. So yeah, obviously they have something to prove, but that is not enough to justify the fact to say that they would be winning this one, because Villarreal are very much worth their weight in gold, and they will match Manchester United pound for pound, player for player in every position on the pitch today. So it's still 0-0 over there at La Ceramica, but very much stalemate in play as well as in scoreline.
22 minutes played in that game. Man United, Villarreal 0, Man United 0, and guys, remember, you can be part of the conversation. There's so much to talk about. We'll be talking about Victor Osimhen. We'll be talking about the Champions League. We'll be talking about Man United's managerial position, which is now vacant. And of course, that's of PSG. What links both clubs together when it comes to managerial positions? We'll be talking about that as well. And of course, you can join the broadcast 0700 993 993 993. That's the number to dial. I will open up the phone lines at some point to get your thoughts on the show and the various discussions we're going to be having. The 01 465 7190. That line is only for female callers. 014657190, is the number to send your WhatsApp messages to. And we are live on Facebook and of course on YouTube as well. Nigerian 4FM on YouTube and Nigerian 4FM 993 on Facebook. So there you have it, the various means by which you can reach us in the studio. I will be doing enough to take your comments on Facebook, trying to get you that Manchester United starting 11 and that of Villarreal. Before we go on our first break, for the home side Villarreal, they've got Rui more like in goal, One Foyt, Raul Albiol, Torres, and Estupinian. The back four, Pino, Capui, that's Etienne. Parejo, Dani Parejo, and Gomez make up the midfield. And up front is Manu Trigueros and Danjuma leading the line for Villarreal. For Manchester United, their interim manager Michael Carrick makes 4 changes to the side that lost to Watford on Saturday. David De Gea is in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, and Alex Telles. The defenders Fred and McTominay are the deep holding midfielders. Sancho, Jadon, Donny van der Beek, who started off the bench in that game, gets a start today. And Martial make up the trio behind Cristiano, Ronaldo, for Manchester United. On the bench for United, they've got Eric Bailly, Juan Mata, Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Diallo, Bruno Fernandes. David, surprisingly, starts on the bench for Manchester United in a crucial game where they need. What does that tell you as to new era, new systems?
Well, it's too early to say.
This is a big call. Bruno Fernandes.
It's a big call. It's a big call. And Manchester United definitely need the game, but I think it's too early to say.
All right, Diogo Dalot and Tom Heaton, Henderson, and Nemanja Matic are all on the bench alongside their manager, interim manager, more like, in Michael Carrick. The referee for this game is Dr. Felix Brick.
The German.
He's the German referee, one of the most fantastic,
pretty
top
very
referee.
Very decent referees. He's been consistent most times. He's not one of the referees you would hear his name when bloopers are being called into question by referees. So pretty much up there with the likes of Clement Topin and I wouldn't call Cunha Chakir.
I was just gonna call him.
How
about the Englishman?
Probably Michael Oliver would be
that's
the
one
person that you would call, but even he has his own faults.
Most
of the top referees in Europe, you wouldn't imagine, English referees among them. No offense. If I'm thinking of the top referees in Europe, I probably think Nicola Rizzoli. I don't know if he's still, in
the Italian.
The Italian, Nicola Rizzoli, Clement Topin.
There's one that comes to mind. He refereed the 2012 Champions League semi-final between Chelsea and Barcelona. I think he's a Spaniard.
Miguel Angel Lahoz.
No, I can't remember his name. I'll pretty much check. But definitely, he's the man in charge of duties for them. For the home side, they've got Samuel Chukwueze, the Nigerian, on the bench alongside Paco Alcacer. Vicente Iborra, Perez Martinez, Sergio Asenio, Dia Rabah Antolin, Moreno Peña, Mandy Pendraza, and Alvarez de Eluente Molne, all on the bench for BRL. David, let's call this one before we go on the break. Man United to get a result, or BRL. As it stands, it's a real humdinger of a group. One, BRL, Man United, all still with a chance to qualify.
Yeah, definitely.
United definitely need to avoid defeat in this one.
They definitely are 7 points, I believe. They are 7 points.
BRL
in the group. BRL on 8 points in the group, I believe. So, is it 8? I think Manchester United are second in that group.
BRL topped them by just a point.
Just a point. Group, okay. So Manchester United, it's you must win. It's a must win on either side. You win this game, you guarantee. For Villarreal, of course, winning this game will guarantee qualification almost surely.
Actually, both teams are level on points.
Because I know
7 points.
7 points each, definitely.
After 4 matches.
So for either team, winning would almost ensure qualification. What will happen is any team winning this will probably just need to pick up a draw.
In the final game.
And then, it's home and it's done for in this group. And then there's a certain Atalanta somewhere there looking to shout and say, hey, we are still here.
Yeah, don't forget us.
It has to be a win for Manchester United. But if I was going to call this, I'd say a draw.
All right, a draw for Man United and BRL. I wonder what you think out there. 0700 993 993 993. That's the number to dial. Talk about Manchester United. We've given you the starting 11 for the two sides and told you how the game is faring. David, I think it's pretty much even Stevens on the basis of
very
what we've
much
seen.
even. Very much even. It's almost 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
And it is very much even. You can't say Manchester United have dominated this game. Neither can you say that the the side from the La Ceramica have Cristiano
Almost
Ronaldo
changed it.
making himself seen and heard that time. I think that was Geronimo Rulli who latched onto that one, save from Cristiano Ronaldo's header. Didn't make the goal, of course. Villarreal obviously haven't been spectacular or distinguished themselves at all in this game, but they're always capable of coming up with the unexpected. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Wait to see how that one goes.
It will go down to the wire the way I'm seeing it.
Certainly. I'll see if I can sneak in one call to get your thoughts. We've got a break in less than 50 seconds. 0700 993 993 993. United to win or BRL to take the points? Good evening to you.
Hello.
Hi there. Good evening. What's your name?
Good evening. My name is Kelechi.
All right, Kelechi. Could you speak up a bit?
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now?
All right, better.
Okay, mine is going to win. I'm a United fan. Thank God Ole is gone, but there's no problem. Please, I just tuned in now. I need the lineup again, please.
All right, keep listening. I'll do well to read that for you again before we, go off on another break. We'll read the lineup very, very soon. Let me sneak in another one. Good evening to you. All right, not working. Do well to call back. And guys, all right, I think we have to go pay our bills now. This is Game On 99.3 Nigerian for We Are Femi and the Gang. We'll go off on a break. When we come back, we'll talk about Victor Osimhen, who, by the looks of things, might just not be participating at the AFCON tournament come next year in Cameroon. More on that when we come back from the break. I am Samuel, alongside David. We are Femi and the Gang. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. And together we're giving to you Game On, and we're here up until 8:45 p.m. To give you the first parts of the broadcast this evening, or this night more like, and then after that, Chuma Nolly, Tony, Demwaka, and of course Chigozie Brownish have got the match day covered for you in the UEFA Champions League. All the action and all the goals as they going in the Champions League across 6 centres. They will give you all the details as concerns that. But for now, 2 matches are currently up and running in the Champions League, and we've hit the halfway mark or half time in those games. David, Bayern Munich still have that 1-0 lead, and they take that one into the break. Actually, 2-0 now.
Coleman made it 2-0 5 minutes before halftime. So it's
all right.
2-0.
So it's now Bayern 2, Kiev 0, Bayern 2. That's the score line. And of course, Man United still being held, or are they holding Villarreal, or Villarreal are holding them to a goalless draw at halftime?
Their destinies are being held.
They are holding each other.
Each other. Tied.
It's like Siamese twins. They have their
Siamese.
Siamese.
Say
You know,
Siamese.
I've always got
Say Siamese. Say
Siamese.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that story before we exit the studio anyway, but back to the broadcast. Before the break, we were taking your calls as to the games that are currently ongoing and asking you about Manchester United. We'll go back to the phone lines. Guys, remember, we are live streaming on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. So do go there to drop your comments. I'll do enough to take all of your comments. And, of course, 0700 993 993 993 01 465 7190. That's a female line, and 08095975805. But for now, let's talk about Victor Osimhen, or Osimhen. More like, because those Italians. We hear the Super Eagles of Nigeria striker and hitman, who's in such rich goal scoring form, was now. You know, sad. It's sad we have to say that
he hasn't scored in I mean, for all the talk about, he hasn't scored in a while. 5, 6, 7 games.
He scored for Nigeria.
Yeah. For Napoli, he hasn't scored in a while, you know. And
but that's the thing with scoring, going on a run of back-to-back games. When you don't score, it's like,
it starts to tell.
Yeah, it starts to tell you. But we hear
at 5 games, people start to notice.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. But I guess we can say he don't score enough to make up for the 5. I guess we no score. But we hear he has been ruled out for action for 3 months following the surgery on his cheekbone and eye sockets. That was not a very good sight, really.
Yeah,
Milan Skriniar just clattering into the face of Victor Osimhen, and he's needed surgery today. That surgery had been done, and it's been successful. The Serie A leaders, Napoli, disclosed this in a statement on the official website on Tuesday, which is today. That means with this story, not just bad news for Napoli, the Neapolitans, it's also bad news for Gernot Rohr and the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because he will now miss the 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon, which is slated for next year. Now, the statement, according to Napoli, said, or read more like, on Tuesday morning, Victor Osimhen was operated on his cheekbone and eye socket by Gianpaolo Tartaro, who was assisted by Dr. Mario Santagata, with Dr. Raffaella Cononico also present, like we care about whoever operated.
Did I say anything?
No, I'm just saying the statement from the Neapolitans. We hear titanium plates and screws were used in the operation. The player is doing well and will remain under observation for the next few days, according to Napoli. Osimhen is expected to return to action in 3 months. The Nigerian international suffered that injury in Napoli's 3-2 loss to champions Inter Milan at the San Siro after colliding with the defender Milan Skriniar on Sunday. He was taken to hospital immediately after leaving the pitch and was discharged on Monday after being diagnosed with an orbital and cheekbone injury, with the striker scheduled, like we told you. He later was operated on. Now, David, the question has to be, with him, for now, being ruled out of the African Cup of Nations for Cameroon next year, can we successfully prosecute that AFCON tournament without Victor Osimhen?
I think we can. He's not the only high-flying striker we have in Europe right now. There are options, thankfully. Maybe not
good
as
enough
quality as
yeah, I
him,
was just going to ask that.
But yeah, there are options. Taiwo Awoniyi is doing a madness at Union Berlin. Emmanuel Dennis is coming good. so far at Watford. Seems to be then there's this guy Stefano Kereke at Venezia.
There's also Paul.
Yes, well, but no one is ever going to rate him highly. Funny thing, you know why I say this?
Why?
Because the Belgian league is on for this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the team topping right now was relegated last season. They were only promoted just last season. Check it out. Union Saint-Gilloise are topping the league.
Well, it's still early
And there
days
is
in
a
the season.
gang in that place.
It's still early
So,
days in the season.
it's not early anymore. You know, the Belgian league kicks off before just about every other league
Well, then,
out there.
I don't think they're up, maybe just in and around the halfway mark of the season.
Well, they may not be, but they are close.
Yeah,
Very, very
so
close.
that-
And they
that's-
have
that's-
less teams than
that's
it's not
early.
20. It's
That's
not,
why I say it's
format is
still
not
early
20
days.
teams. But that said, I mean, we have options. So we'll be fine. I guess it's sad that, you know, he had to get injured, and it's not a very good I mean, he practically broke his face, right? But I guess we're going to be fine. Yeah.
Well, this now gives
We have no
credence
choice but
to the fact that, or more like credit to the fact that many might now say good for Gennett Rowe. He had the foresight of some sort, bringing back Jude Igalo back into the side. I mean, we've talked about how important Victor is to the setup with Gennett Rowe. And for Nigeria as a whole, we need that big bully of a centre forward to get us goals that can compete with, you know, the likes of, you know, top strikers across Europe, basically, especially going into the AFCON. And the thing about AFCON tournaments, David, is the fact that you need not just the centre forward that's scoring goals for club, maybe not so much country because we don't play regularly for country, but you need a certain attribute of a centre forward. Vincent Abubakar, we know him.
Boo.
You could go back the years of Patrice Boma, Julius Agahowa. You need go back to Samuel Eto'o Fields, the Senegalese El Hadji Diop. These are strikers in the same mold that, you know, lit up the African continent. Odion Judy Gallo for another one. So
Judy Gallo lit up the last tournament.
yeah. So you look down the years and you say the absence of Victor, or now the presence of Judy Gallo, is a blessing for Nigeria. That said, we can now not so much worry about Igalo's Osimhen's absence.
There was a reason why I didn't mention Igalo. I just think he doesn't belong in the setup anymore. I mean, you retired. Why are you here? But in hindsight, you can say, oh, okay. Because in reality, Igalo is only 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
And still very much useful. And will prove useful if he stays fit till the tournament. But I do not think we should rest our hopes on him. I think this team should be looking to move forward with, you know, the talent that is already on ground. Taiwo Awoni has been waiting for his chance for 5-6 years now. You know, this guy was in the same class as Kelechi Iheanacho, who pulled ahead of that group.
Yeah.
He has finally gotten his chance now. I think he should really be considered to do this thing. You know, I really think he deserves a shot. Emmanuel Dennis has been in our face for 2-3 years now, and this may actually be his chance to shine in the sun. He is also a striker who, although he's strong, he also knows how to play off the shoulder of the last
defender.
man. So you will need that kind of utility going into a tournament like this, because a tournament you need a variety of solutions to tackle
Whatever
every
problem you
situation you're
have.
going to have. So yeah, I mean, Igalo is going to be useful, but I do not think we should bank all of our hopes on him, because I feel like this team
Has
can
more
do
than
that.
enough.
Yeah,
All right, then let's hear from you what you think of the situation. Can the Super Eagles of Nigeria, whether under Gennett Rowe or whoever the manager might be, successfully, you know, prosecute the African Cup of Nations tournament without Victor Osimhen, who we know? I mean, we know Victor's story when it comes to scoring for Nigeria and, of course, Napoli. Yes, but before we go to the phone lines, the last caller wanted the starting 11 for Manchester United. Again, the players are not yet out for, just about coming out for the second half. But David, take us through that starting 11, especially that of Manchester United.
You mean Bayern, actually?
Oh, Bayern, sorry. I will take that of Manchester United.
Well, so in goal you have Georgi Bushchan for Dynamo Kiev. In defense, they are playing a 4-2-3-1. So in goal you have Georgi Bushchan. At defense, you have Thomas Kejera at right back, Ivan Zabranil in center defense, Oleg Sirota and Viktor Mikolenko at left back. In midfield, you have Serhiy Sidorchuk and Mikola Shaparenko. In midfield, Viktor Sigankov, Viktor Buyaisky, and Carlos De Peña in the just behind the striker. And up top, you have Ilya Shkurin striking for the guys from Kiev. In the Bayern setup, of course, Manuel Neuer in goal. Niang Kwasi is the one starting in defense in the place of the more noted Niklas Schuler. Lucas Hernandez partners up with him. Alphonso Davies out on the left, and Benjamin Pavard is out on the right. Konstantin Tolisso and Leon Goretzka man the midfield, and out on the right is in attack. Out on the right is Kingsley Coman, who has already had a goal, as we said before. Thomas Muller backs up Robert Lewandowski up top, and Leroy Sané completes the setup on the left. He's number 10 jersey.
All right, there, the starting 11. The players are on the pitch of play for the second half. You could just see Gamache, and the kickoff is out there at the Olympijski Stadium in Kiev. The players, the second half has started. But this is what Man United have. David De Gea, Alex Telles, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Scott McTominay, Anthony Martial, Donny van der Beek, Jadon Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo starting for Manchester United. 0700 993 993 993 and 01465 7190. Can the Super Eagles of Nigeria successfully prosecute AFCON 2022 without Victor Osimhen? Good evening to you.
Hello.
Hi there. Good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Patrick. I'm calling from Ayobo. So
all right, Mr.
I want to know the time that the Chelsea match will start.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for calling. Good evening to you.
August of Nigeria Limited.
Hey, Mr. Frank. Good evening.
Good evening. How you there?
Very well. Thank you.
You see what I tell you on Sunday now?
I see him. I see him. Let me say you talk him.
Now so we will fire down this night.
Na so.
We'll break them down. We'll scatter them this night.
That nonsense we then do for first leg, then go see him for this second leg.
I am telling you honestly.
All right.
For
Victor Osimhen.
Yeah. I wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, we all do.
I thank God the surgery has been done and it's successful.
Successful, yeah.
Yes. These 3 months is just 3 months. Before the next 2 weeks now, we'll be okay.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yes, it's going to be okay.
All right.
Where are my football lovers? I have exciting news that will lead